actually, that is now what we call the importance and advantages of positive. You bring out a behavior. By the end of the day, this person becomes a very responsible Kenyan. Can you imagine a lady, if I grew up that way, avoiding utensils, washing, could soak clothes, and then she would come pick them at 10. And like, okay, in this house, you don't sleep. You don't soak any clothes. So anything that you soaked, can you kindly go? So imagine that person, and now they knew me. So our behavior was reinforced.
Looking at the generation we have right now, that maybe sometimes they have their own ideas, they have their own world, they build their own kind of work. What is the communication like? Because you want to add this pain. People are right now talking about mental problems.
Yes.
And, maybe you might be doing something, think that you're doing it right. But I'm trying to look at what is the communication like? How do you communicate so that they also understand that what you're doing is not to really
punish them.
Yeah. Yes.
We must say, when you talk about parenting, and I know we've had that topic in this show, we have what we call family culture that should play a very big role. In this family, this is the way we do things. This is the way we carry out things. So, first of all, you need to have those things communicated. As a parent, especially when you bring up this generation, or rather when you bring up teenagers up to around 18 or young adults, you need to come from wherever you are down to their level, so that you're able to bring them up and have negotiation, because it's not walking in a room and saying, you must do this. You're like, okay, what did we agree? Okay, in this family, we said we don't sleep with our dishes in the sink. We clean. So that day, someone will try to play tricks and go sleep. Hi, good evening. How are you doing? Okay, what was your duty today? Okay, sorry for that. But you remember what we said? You must have a reference point. And you as a parent, you must model. If your roles that time you said, I'll bring this and this, please make sure you do it. If the family system says we have to do 1, 2, 3, be the lead, but come so that you are able to go together with them. They are able to actually relate with you.
Using a good example, was your mother communicating? Were you able to, at the end of it all, understand why you were washing the dishes, or why you were supposed to have done everything and not maybe hit some of the sufuria?
That at that particular point, I did it because there was an agreement. I knew it is not punishment. I actually thought, nimepatikana. No punishment, it is true. I never cleaned everything. So right now, this is the time I know, wow, whatever. Actually, the other day I was telling her, what you did to me was just one of the best. That was the best thing you did. So that right now, when you are alone out here, now this is exactly what you're supposed to have done and to be taught. When you see some of people struggling, when you go to university, in the room, some people really struggle to do some of these things. And then you realize, so this was the best behavior that was reinforced.
What maybe I would want you to maybe put across for a viewer who is watching and is interested to know, what are some of these positive reinforcement nuggets that I need to know? This is what I need to fix here. Like your mother knew very well, is taking you to wash the utensils, and she's expecting you to do everything at the end of the day, with some learning at the end of it all. So what are some of these things you tell a parent, you tell somebody there, that you need to do this 1, 2, 3?
As a parent, we say you bring up a child by what you call modeling. You cannot be a lazy parent and you want your child to be as thorough as someone else. By the way, you are the standard. We say parenting is best. Yes. Man can see, man can do. If you are the type of parent that, it's lazy, you don't want to wash utensils, you don't want to do stuff, please don't even try that route. It is the way they see, they do. So practically, you need to train this child. If it's a general cleaning, do everything together, and then next time, tell her it's your duty to do what I taught you. So next time, when you give an assignment, you go be slow on it, go and tell her or him, you didn't do 1, 2, 3. Next time when you're cleaning, be that. Now that time, if you realize they are intentionally, that is what was the question. When you realize there is an intentional way of just not doing things, maybe for some laziness purpose or something else, that's the time now you bring it the reinforcement. Why? You want this behavior of feeling that I am not going to do to this I don't need all these efforts to go away. Because it is important for this particular child as they grow up.
I have 3 scenarios here. One, the positive reinforcement. What should you do in terms of the education? Education, because maybe like right now we have CBC.
Oh yes.
What are you supposed to be doing positively? And then of course there are things like money matters. Is it something that you'd say you need to introduce something to them to know about the finances and then the discipline bit of it?
Okay.
So that maybe from there now we can be able to jump to negative. But just dwell on those 3: education, money matters, finances, that is, and then discipline. Wow,
talk of education. We all know education is important. We all know, by the way, education is very important. So you can see this. The good thing with CBC, as you say, they have their books. So as a parent, get to know, did they do whatever they were supposed to do? At times you just need to leave a child, do the homework, but then monitor from a distance. Go check the book.
That's not the positive.
The positive, So, okay, what happened? I want to, as well, to give an example. The other day, my son just did, this one has the potential of doing all this homework, especially the holiday one, and he decides to play the whole day. In the evening, he wants to go to sleep. Like, okay, fine, come, let's see. Did you do this and this? Okay. Tell me more about this. So I gave an extra page.
Oh, that's now
an extra page for
reinforcement.
And by the way, that is some of the things you do. So tomorrow they'll make sure they do whatever you say, because you don't want by the time I'm tired to have 2 pages to do these assignments, revision. So make sure they do extra for them now to adjust to the normal. To make sure if I don't do the normal, trust me, tomorrow I'll have double.
So you are reinforcing doing an additional thing to what is already set there.
Yes, and to them it's unpleasant at that point. Because, I don't want to do this homework. So to them, adding another one is
extra mile.
Yes, it's an unpleasant at that point. But what are you training the person? Be a responsible and an honest fairer. That every day we say we do this and this, make sure it's done.
What on money?
On money, it's very important, finance, because you cannot, these are people, very soon you send them to university and they need to know how to organize themselves. A good example, there are people you go to, maybe at times on a Sunday, you're taking them for a family, you want to go to do some, playing and eat some stuff. And this is a much you have a purpose to use. So this is a time you teach them to be responsible, that we are going to spend 1,000 or 500 each, or even 200. So a child will sit here, I want chips, I want soda, I want pizza, so tell them, okay, what else? So you have your 200 shillings. Can you budget for it?
Or budget.
So yes, so you training them a behavior that as much as you want everything here, you can only use this much.
And the priorities.
Priority. Actually, you don't choose the priorities for them. If you want 200 for chips or 500, choose. Do you think pizza you can have 500? No. So next time you go the other side, tell them to go and pick whatever they want. Of course, now you monitor, tell them how much is it, how much do you have. So you're trying to let them know behavior is, I must not get whatever I want, but you're trying to reinforce a good behavior in this child.
I wanted to throw in discipline, but I think maybe towards the end of this show, we might maybe throw in that one. Negative reinforcement, because of time.
Okay.
So let's go to the negative reinforcement. What does it mean, negative?
Negative reinforcement is also influencing our behavior by withdrawing. For positive, you're adding an unpleasant,
yes.
But for negative, you are withdrawing something. Good example, you agreed with this child that you're supposed to clean utensils, the same example, but he or she decides, I'm not going to do it. So you look at it, you don't, unlike the other one, you don't talk about it. And they assume everything is okay. But then on Sundays, you have this way of doing lunch together on Sunday afternoon. So this Sunday comes and you're like, you remember I told you to clean utensils? You never did it. So this Sunday afternoon, you're not going with us. You stay in the house. We are going with the rest of the siblings.
So that's now
you're withdrawing this favor of fun
Mhm.
because you didn't do